Changsha done the theater square. Now I want to plan out some wonders. We got Hermitage and Bolshoi opportunities here, as well as this one, which I'm not going to try to pronounce. A lot of these require rivers. If I go to Taiwan, the only one I can build is the Hermitage. Actually, I guess they can build this 17 turn one as well. But the city is going to need a sewer soon as well. So maybe let's go Bolshoi in Beijing, and in Changsha, we'll go with the Hermitage. And where's a good spot for you? I'd say the best would be down here next to the theater square, get that adjacency bonus, but I want to wait one turn so my builder can actually chop that out. So I'll do amphitheater one time, builder to get it out, and then Bolshoi over here in Beijing. We're finally getting electricity. That's awesome. And what did we get? We acquired economics tech boost. Thank you very much, Mr. Spy. And I think that's Taiwan with the first coal power plant. Look at that. Nice. In Changsha, let's chop out the woods. And we got, yes, the Hermitage we said was going to go down here. Brilliant. Then I've even got another woods I want to chop out. That'll speed up production quite a bit. In Taiwan, I want a sewer, I want a sanctuary, and I also want this Orzaga, or even Quila Quisimi, or whatever that's called. Very attractive, but I think that would mess up a national park opportunity. First things first, though, we gotta get the sewer as the housing is just absolutely exploding. In Beijing, we can chop down the woods. That should give us another coal power plant and allow us to plop down the Bolshoi. Only 18 turns to get it done here. Let's hope we get that done before anyone else. I spent too much time cleaning up finished wonders from other civilizations in this game. Look at the suzerainty lost, though, and Taruga. For some reason, I never was able to see what was going on in the city. Okay, that's too bad. We spent all these envoys and we're not even close still to gaining control. It is what it is. It's going to take a little bit of time, but if we can get Amani down to puppeteer here, we look at all these promotions, doubling the number of envoys in the city-state. That's really what we need to make this happen here. And there's our tech boost spy. We might as well upgrade with surveillance and then get them to do some more good work for us. Let's send an upgraded spy to get Romeo and Juliet. Should be a great love story. Alliance level with Hojo has increased. So we got crazy culture coming out of this guy now. Down goes my next chop here. Only cut off 3 turns. It's a little bit sad, but hopefully we get it out in time. We did get Beethoven, the musician. That's a great guy right there. If we look at the challengers here, we actually seem to be #1 for musician points. And artists as well in the leads, but for writers, the Mongols still have the advantage. Now, unfortunately, this is a great work of music. We don't have any slots for that. If we got radio after flight, which we are going to have to, we get the broadcast center. That's going to give us a slot for a great work of music. So Beethoven just have to sleep for now. And the finale of the Great Wall, all the way from mountains to Wales. The Mongols are never getting through here, bud. Flight discovered this is going to give us tons of culture benefits, especially from our Great Wall. We get tourism for each of these culture bonuses, even if our guys aren't working those tiles. Wow, so many fish on this map. If I'd actually made this a coastal city, it would have had so many fish to farm. There is one more opportunity for a city here, which I might go for, and that one would have a bunch still. We got the pearls in range, 3 crabs, and a whale. So we're complete in Taiwan. Next choice is sanctuary, or do we actually go with a wonder? So the actual math on the sanctuary is we're going to get 2, 2, and 2 science gold production for all 4 of these. So we're going to get 8 science, 8 gold, and 8 production versus these wonders, which only take a few turns to make, so they're quite old. I feel like no one wants them. Let's get sanctuary quick, and then maybe we'll swap into wonders after. Speaking of tourism, we can actually buy Mr. Archaeologist now. That's great. That'll help me get rid of this and finish off our triangle of farms here in Jian as well. We're really making the most of the Edamanaki now. Yeah, go over there. Excavate this artifact. Combustion, that's a good one. Oh, you can't actually step on there. Okay. Next spot, next turn. Nationalism complete. We get a spy and governor title. I know where the governor title is going. Amani. Let's get affluence. We'll get foreign investor and then puppeteer. Move our way down. As for governments, all I want to swap out is more great artist points for great engineer points because I've just gotten a whole bunch of workshops. So we'll get the bonuses from that. And I want to build a ton of wonders, right? Speaking of great people, we just got Albert Einstein. That's going to give me 4 more science in all my research labs, which I need to get out ASAP. Looks like right now we're going steam power into radio for the broadcast center, but we want the research lab as well. But broadcast center first. Anyways, we'll use Einstein, get that Eureka for synthetic materials. Okay. Artifact discovered 2 barbarians. Let's get that sweet looking mask. Let's see, we are in the culture race. Netherlands is leading with 113 tourism, but we're right behind there, man. 97, and our culture is pretty similar as well. Looking at faith, which is also important. Look, I got about 400 right now. Netherlands sitting at just 4. Hopefully they didn't just buy a bunch of stuff, but that also bodes well for me. The biggest challenge, though, is definitely going to be the Mongols. Look, so much faith. And when I was looking at, where's that great people? If you look at writers, artists, musicians, the Mongols are just so strong. They're beating me here in writers. I'm a bit ahead in artists, luckily. And then I believe Mongols also in musicians are quite strong. Where are they? Yeah, 6.9. Look at that. We've met Tamar. This galley over here, man. Best 200 gold I've ever spent. Keep them moving. Keep them moving. Here in Jian, we can finally finish the farm triangle. Now, the dam is not actually yet completed. It's under construction.
After the fact, I've got to decide coal power plant or dam, because it would suck to lose all my nice farms that I made here. As for the artifact hunting, man, we have so many artifacts here in our lands. I was thinking maybe 1 or 2 archaeological museums, but we might have to bump that up. My understanding is each archaeologist gets 3. We already used this guy for 1. I just counted 11 more of these, so it looks like we'll need to get a total of 4 archaeological museums, and that means I steal some from the Brazilians as well. Definitely want to do some of that. And let's make a core too, in case the Mongols want to come back over here. We got some strong pike and shot anti-cavalry troops. It's going to be tough for them to get through. Workshop finished here in Shenyang. Now, factories are nice, but I want to make sure it's actually worth it. So, if you look at industrial zones, over here in Taiwan, we've got a power plant. That'll get all the way over here to Guangzhou. And then over on the east side in Xi'an, we're also building a factory, and that's going to make its way all the way to Shanghai. So, this factory is in a good place for some sort of vertical integration with my man Magnus. Whereas like I have promotions, vertical integration, where you can get multiple bonuses from a bunch of industrial zones. But we really don't need the factory this second. What we do need in the Empire, though, is more builders. So let me find, there they are. Guangzhou's finished its entertainment complex. That'll buff up this theater square here. And I would like to get another theater square in the city. Look at that, +3 adjacency bonus. That's pretty nice. But we're lacking the population, so we need something to tide us over. Shipyard at 9 turns. That sounds pretty attractive. If we got production on each one of these beautiful coastal tiles, I would really like that. I really want to incentivize my citizens to start working tiles that have faith on them, just so we can get that up a little bit. Right now, 25 per turn is not that great, but we have a lot of faith yields. See here on the coast, and then we've got this wonder over here, as well as building some preserves. Like, we've just gotten great yields out of this sort of thing. I think we can get the faith we need without actually building too many of those holy sites. Oh my goodness, man. Tomorrow's going to give me 2 gold per turn for 2 coal. That's insane. I'll sell her a bit more and get that 12 gold per turn. And let's try and get borders so we can become friends. Speaking of friends, we can become the suzerain of Singapore. Let's go for that. This time it actually gave us vision, which is nice. The suzerain bonus is that your cities with outgoing traders to foreign civilizations get 2 production as well. And I've got a few of those to Japan, man, just to get that culture, but now we'll get production also. Hold up, these Brazilians really came and stole my floodplain tiles here. Are you serious? That's not even within 3 of your borders, dude. Where's my archaeologist? I don't feel bad at all for trying to steal this little antiquity site down here. Urbanization complete. We got the neighborhood, which is actually pretty sweet here for Yongle. We don't have too many housing problems just yet, but a place like Taiwan, look, a food surplus of 31 still. Like, what is this? 57 food worked by my citizens. This type of city will need a neighborhood. Oh, and check it out. We've met a new city-state, Nalanda. We can send it some envoys. Buff up our libraries. Soon we'll get the universities improved as well. And what do they want? A Eureka for electricity. 2 privateers actually seems a little tough there, buddy, so maybe not. Thank you for the artifact, bud. What did we get? Something from Pedro? Yes, a nice mummy. With this builder complete in Shenyang, I think we can get off the builder train, man, so let's get rid of the card. Instead, we'll get the golden faith bonus, because we want both those things. And then Shenyang can get working on other stuff. Factory, like we mentioned, it's a decent idea, but we don't necessarily need it. Commercial hub would be nice, but none of these tiles are actually something I'd want to give up to put a commercial hub down. Maybe on this antiquity site, but we'll need to clear that out with a archaeologist first. Checking out the appeal, maybe we build ourselves a nice preserve. This will give us 3 housing, and then all these tiles around here, copper, and then we got some deer, woods. We'll have 4 tiles that'll be buffed up from being next to it. In Shanghai, though, campus complete and pretty easy next choice. With the theater square, I see the housing's not yet an issue, and I do need more archaeologists to get all these antiquity sites. I just can't build the things I want to build because there's stuff sitting on them. Deals coming out here from the Phoenicians. I want tobacco and coal for 2 great works. I'm taking that in a heartbeat. Let's see if more people want my coal. I got quite a bit of that. I see the Brazilians now sending a settler this way. I don't know where they're going to go, if they think they're going to hold down a city. Anyways, let's keep working away on our tiles. We got the lumber mill going down there. I'm going to add a little tack here for a preserve. I want to build that. I'm not sure yet in Xi'an or Shanghai, but then we'll have a great reserve opportunity in this diamond. And with the preserves, these tiles are going to be just totally beast mode. Then don't forget we got our great person here as well, an engineer. We've been working this engineer card pretty hard. Invention, we get +4 engineer points per turn, plus 2 great engineer points for every workshop. And I think we got maybe like for workshop, so that's doing us a lot of work. Look at that, 28 per turn compared to everyone else. We're just crushing the engineers. And I like this lady, Ada Lovelace. We're going to get a Eureka plus a city that can build one more district than the population allows. And here they are. Now, I don't actually think I'm going to be going for computers too soon. Like, it is something we want to get because it gives us 25% more tourism, but I don't need to plug it in until we like legit finish the technology, right? So I'm just going to let them sleep here in Taiwan. And we'll wait till we find a city that I'm like, man, I wish I had one more district here. Now, which one of these archaeological sites is the most annoying? This one here is stopping my natural reserve. This one, I would like to get a commercial hub down, and that just might not happen. On the other hand, I'm sitting right here next to the Brazilian one. Maybe I'll excavate that instead to get some more Pedro stuff. Factory complete somewhere, so we got ourselves inspiration for a civic. Got steam power. Railroads are going to be super useful. Don't have any canals I want to build, or a Panama Canal spot, but railroad, very useful, and embark units are going to be going a lot faster now too. Sanctuary now complete in Taiwan, and look at these yields, bro. It's gone off the chain. This is just insane. We've got the Yosemite National Park plus the sanctuary. This city now, 96 science, 90 culture, and it looks like 12 of that's coming from our campus. On the culture front, 8 from the buildings, a bunch from the Great Works, but just absolutely crazy yields. And I got the opportunity for a new district. Not sure exactly what I want to do yet. Maybe a commercial hub, maybe an aerodrome. But first, I've been putting off getting a spy for a long time, and this city is a beast. So, spy it is. Xi'an's factory complete. Now look at this housing, man. 8 out of 7 housing, and this city's still trying to grow. How's it going to do that? Let's stop focusing food anyways. And a sewer would solve the problem pretty quickly, but also a preserve. However, you need 10 population or more. So yeah, sewer time. Genghis trying to threaten me, bud. You already came here. What? You actually declared war against me? All right, bud. Let's get down. Let's get down to business. Great quotes there from me. Luckily, we're still in the same spot here, man, with the Crouching Tiger. The Bloody Hussars. All right, those seem kind of scary, so I'm going to focus them down. We got our pike and shot chilling here on the Great Wall of China. Definitely going to hold off the Mongols. No problem, bud. Look at this. Pike and shot versus Corsair looking pretty strong. That said, there's only one of these guys. However, Changsha, not too worried about them. We've got crossbowmen in the city. The city itself's got very strong Renaissance walls. Down to the south, though, in Guangzhou, only medieval walls. But I don't see any enemies showing up just yet. Let's park our pike and shot right on the hill. So he's a little bit stronger. And then my musketman that's in the city, we'll have him parked just behind there. Make a little bit of a wall. We don't want to let these horses run through our lands like they did last time. That was not fun. And man, production salvage, I don't want that. I want the actual thing I was building. What happened there? Looks like the Hermitage will not go to me, but we do have a lot of production that we can use now, I guess. Let's build a new wonder, the Orshaga here, and I believe that's the same spot. The city's still got Magnus, which is good. We can chop out this forest down to just 6 turns so that finishes up. Hopefully no one snags it from us. But speaking of suzerainty, we actually lost Singapore's status as suzerain. And we'll just have to wait a few more turns to get some more of those envoys. You know what? As much as I want to sit on these great walls, I've got to learn from my mistakes last time by letting the horses get into my lands and run rampant. So we just got to build the wall, not let them through here with the pike and shot core. Hopefully they can hold their ground. And I'm curious to see what happens to the appeal when I put down a camp. Still looks good. And the Mongols coming at us, going after that pike and shot. North and south attacks right now. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared. However, we have range shots we can use. Crouching Tiger, 10 damage. Yep, that was very useful. And my pike and shot core can just sit here, fortify, although they'll probably die next turn. On the south, I only see one knight, but it's a knight army, which is very scary. Luckily, we've actually got the option to buy units with money, but I'm not sure where I'd want to put them at this point. It looks like they're about to blast through Changsha on the south. Oh, they actually got a couple knights. That looks pretty scary too in Guangzhou. All this looks very, very bad. I need to build walls in my further back cities just in case they come after me with the knights. I don't want them coming through, raising something to the ground out of nowhere. At least here in Beijing, we can remove the forest. They'll give us walls right away. Get back to our Bolshoi theater. Where are you at? Beautiful. All right, looks like they're focusing more on the bottom now. Pike and shot destroyed. At least we have this musketman chilling on our on our wonder. Let's back him back to the city. I don't think they'll be able to survive out there. But we've got propaganda, so we'll get less war weariness. I believe the way that works is that you people get sad when your units die. And Broadway, definitely something we'd like to get 20% more culture in your city. And another possible wonder here as well. Let's change our policies though. We got to get into war mode. I guess logistics will help because we're on the defensive here, and national identity to get less strength reduction for being injured. But we no longer have that card to make my city walls do more damage, which sucks. Next tech though, we'll go for ballistics, get the field cannon unlocked. That'll make all our walls hurt more. And steel would be really helpful right now, as well as chemistry. But those are a little bit too far off. Right, so Musket Man, retreat to the city so you can survive, and we'll just fire down on the knights from the city as best we can. Here in Changsha, thank goodness this pike and shot got themselves a promotion. All right, I think there's some trick where you fortify, promote. Let's get combat strength versus melee unit, and then you wake them up. No, I'm not sure how that works, guys. We do have city range strikes though, and we're just trying to get rid of one unit if we can here. Look at that, guy's down low health now. He shouldn't be too much trouble to us. This Crouching Tiger though, not in range to do anything, sadly. And after the events took place at the last turn, I think we know now where we want to build our unit. All right, move this Musket Man out of the city completely. Yeah, we'll have him sit right here, fortified. This will let me actually buy a pike and shot. Where do those guys live? Down here somewhere. There we go. And that's going to be helpful for fending off these knights as best as we can, right? Spy completed in Taiwan. And look, if I go say, hey, go fight, they've got +6 combat strength for intel on opponent movement, which makes me think there might be a spy sitting in Guangzhou. So let's have you counter spy down here. Now, the city would be a good one to pump out some military units. It's just very strong. Look at this. Pike and shot just takes 3 turns. But at the same time, I want someplace with a broadcast center, so I can actually put, what's his name here, Beethoven to work. Because right now my great musician's got nowhere to play his stuff. I think I do need to go pike and shot though, because if I just look at my other surrounding cities here, these 3, Ancient Walls is going to be done soon, then they can make units. Changsha is going to be done, the Orgaza, then they can make units. Shipyard soon in Guangzhou, but for the next few turns there is no backup. So let's build a 1 pike and shot and get that guy up to the front lines ASAP. We do have a new governor promote though. Let's get Amani closer and closer to puppeteer. That'll be clutch. Great people, great writer for me. Yes, recruit, thank you very much. In come the Mongols, storming through. Yep, Musket Man has gone down. Thank you for a little bit of gold there, Netherlands. But look on the north side, it looks like this issue is just about solved. When you're deciding, okay, how do I use my troops here? Just go process of elimination. This city range attack can do nothing but fight this knight. Now, okay, do I want to move my crossbowmen? Probably not, because they'll die, but at least I have the option to do that, and we'll see how this turn turns out. Another city range strike. We're going to try and get the Hussar here, but a pike and shot attack first. How does that work out? A major defeat, but it does do some damage. He won't die. He'll get to stay in the city too, which means he can heal up. Then I can do my range strike on the Hussar, but it looks like they've broken through the front lines here on the bottom side. I do have a pike and shot sitting in Changsha, who can actually hold up pretty well against these guys, like major defeat, major defeat. If all the guys go after him, he will die. So let me have him heal up one more time. But with that logistics card I put in, look, he's pretty much a horse now. He can go wherever the heck he wants. Luckily, Taiwan making a new pike and shot in just 2 turns. And then Shenyang, let's do the same thing. Mr. Pike and Shot, wait, there you go, 6 turns here. And over in Xi'an, too far away from the fighting to worry about it. Housing now at 9 out of 9. We're going to grow in 36 turns. That's just too long to wait for more housing, man. What am I going to do? Let's build the broadcast center here for Beethoven and his great works of art. We'll use Fitzgerald here. Yep, get some books. We like books. We need more housing in the city, though, somehow, just to facilitate this guy's growth. Oh, I know what to do. I can actually finish my dam. It only takes 7 turns. Then we'll get the broadcast center, and then we'll actually be growing fast, guys. This crossbowman, a bit too weak to send out. We'll just have you fortify here, mate. And keep exploring the other continent. Looks like we've just got 3 friends. I feel like there should be maybe 1 or 2 other people still to meet. Oh, and just like that, good thing I left my pike and shot there. The Mongols are still looking towards Changsha. They seem to be surrounding it, which is good enough news down here in Guangzhou because my guys aren't doing so well at holding them off, and this is where they're just flooding through mercilessly. This Hussar almost destroyed. It's a little bit too high health to go after him with the pike and shot, so we'll just have to leave that 2 health Hussar sitting in our lands. Changsha, though, surrounded. Good thing we've got those Renaissance walls. Looks like they took some damage last turn, but they're still quite strong. We've got district range strikes going out here on the catapult. That's going to be quite the pain, because Trebuchet can actually do a lot to wall damage, which opens up the opportunity for the regular melee units to do damage to you. And good thing we left this crossbowman sitting in the city, man. We'll try and do as much damage to these knights as we can, but they are sitting on a whole bunch of farms here, which they can use to heal up, which would be a big problem for us. Shipyard completed, though, in Guangzhou. Now look at these tiles off to the coast. Looking quite attractive, guys. We've got a lot of yields. incidental things like science, culture, faith, as long as it's a pretty solid 2 food, 1 production tile. So this city is going to grow big time. And just look at the housing too, 6 out of 13. What we need right now, though, where is the pike and shot? We need lots of those guys. And Victoria, of course, we meet her by sea. Nice to meet you as well. She has no coal, and she seems like someone who would really like coal. 2 for 3 turns, okay. 13 for 20. Oh, buddy, we just hit the jackpot on this lady here. We need the open borders, though, so we can keep exploring. Yeah, we'll definitely pay you a little bit of money.
Thanks for watching, Panda Gang. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to actually pay for Windows, so make sure to subscribe. Peace.